they're going to have a play-in tournament for the 9th seed in a conference if you're within 4 games by the end of their regular season.
Right.
So they're going to play 8 regular season games in Orlando for the seeding purposes for the playoffs. The Wizards, I believe, are 5.5 back right now, so they'd have to make up a game and a half on Orlando. And if they were able to do that, then they have some sort of play-in tournament, and then they could get in to get smashed by the Bucks ultimately.
Look, my stance has softened because at this point now I would take any sort of Wizards live content. So I'm okay with it. If they're part of the mix in the 22-team return, I will watch it and I will appreciate it. I won't poo-poo it because we've been missing fresh Wizards content for so long.
I thought you said last week that you didn't care. You didn't care to watch the Wizards anymore. I thought you said that.
No, I've pivoted.
Oh, okay.
It's called a pivot.
You're allowed to pivot.
All right.
Yes, of course you are.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like 2 or 3 months ago, my stance was definitely, who cares? The Wizards are going to be cannon fodder for the Bucks, and they'd be lucky to win 1 game against them.
Yeah.
Now I'm just going to accept it for what it is. I'm going to take the gift that is Wizards basketball.
But again, like we said many times,
appreciate it.
This year is going to be different because you're not going to know what to expect. The players are going to be rusty. Some will be out of shape. There's going to be no fans, so there's no clear home court advantage. Although the players, I saw they want some sort of a home court advantage if they're a higher seed. They want. Did you see the things that they want? They want the ball at the start of the second, third, and fourth quarter.
So weird.
Yeah, they want all kinds of stuff.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
They want an advantage.
They wanted some sort of advantage since there's not going to be. Right.
They played the whole season to gain this advantage in terms of home court, and they want some sort of advantage, and you're not going to get it if all the games are on a neutral site. So they're throwing out these things like getting the ball to start quarters.
I don't hate them lobbying for that. I mean, it probably won't happen, but I don't mind those teams that actually did well during the regular season trying to gain an advantage from it.
What are we going to do if by the time they have
I mean, they want to completely change the game.
I know. What are we going to do if by the time the playoffs start, the rest of the country is kind of back up and running? And then they're all going to be stuck in these neutral sites?
Yep. Now maybe they start allowing some fans, but yeah, they'll still be. I don't know if they can. I don't think they can.
Can they pivot halfway through and go, okay, you know what? Actually, all these states are open now. We can go back and play our home games like in the second round?
I would doubt it just logistically, but it's a good question.
It's tough. I got a buddy that runs a lacrosse event, and he had to tell parents that he's only going to be able to do drills, no scrimmages. And we were discussing, a month from now, though, when the event comes around, he might be able to. But you just don't know,
So listen to this. So this is what the players want, all right? We already talked about the higher seeds getting the ball at the beginning of the second, third, and fourth quarter. They also want the higher seed to be allowed to choose one player to have 7 fouls instead of 6. All right? So they get – this is ridiculous. They want higher seeds being granted extra coaches challenge.
Only the home team gets the extra foul.
They also want to be able to pick their hotels. The higher seed gets to be able to pick their hotel, so the lower seed will get the nubbier of the hotels.
I like that angle.
And then the higher seed, they also want to bring in their own hard courts. They want to bring their own courts in.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
their own floor.
Weird.
Their own floor.
Are players that nitpicky about the floor that they're on? They're not all about the same?
No, they're probably different, yeah. So, I'm not sure these will get passed, but that's what they're proposing. I can't imagine most of those are going to happen.
Yeah, it's just going to be weird, man. Everyone just has to just grin and bear it, accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
And then I'm lobbying that hopefully they can pivot as things open up. Maybe you only have to do this for a round or two.
But at least it gives the Wizards a little bit of a sweat.
They do have a sweat.
The mildest sweat ever.
And
it's very mild. Yeah, you're right.
So how many games are there going to be before the playoffs?
8.
Yeah, 8 games.
So what if they lose the first 2? Do they get to forfeit and not play the others, or they have to go?
If they're eliminated after 2, that's a good
what if
question.
they're eliminated right away?
They probably have to play
They probably have to play because they got to play the other teams because the other teams are still going to have a shot.
They could maybe change their strategy And all of a sudden they just say, okay, we're not going to play
Just playing
Bradley
Troy
Beal
Brown the whole
anymore.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna bring Garrison Matthews back and play him 40
Well, I
minutes.
get ice for him.
If they're eliminated, Bradley Beal won't play 1 minute. He won't play one stupid minute at any of those games.
Right. Probably shouldn't.